Hey, what's up? So today I want to talk to you about AI. If you're like me, you probably have been hearing tons and tons about AI lately, especially when it comes to coding with AI, using AI agents, and all this stuff. And you're probably wondering, is this all hype or is there something real behind this? I was in the same boat at the end of last year, and then I started experimenting with AI and seeing what I could create. And to be honest, I was totally shocked, and it's something I experimented with a little bit earlier, maybe at the beginning of last year, and it was pretty unimpressive, and so I kind of just wrote it off as like a hype train. And then at the end of last year, I tried it again with some of the latest tools, and yeah, I was blown away, and what you can do now is pretty shocking. So I decided the best way to learn is to try to teach. So I'm here to kind of show you a bit of my workflow, and I want to show you how you can also create apps. And the goal for this video is to show you a full workflow for creating an iOS app. You don't necessarily have to have any knowledge about coding or anything like that. And yeah, and the caveat is that I'm going to just be using tools that are right now completely free. Some of the tools may not be free forever. I can't guarantee that they'll be free forever, but from what I've seen, there's always some sort of free option. And I'll just show you what's out there now. All right, well, let's dive into it. If you're interested in this kind of thing, consider subscribing or liking or leaving me a comment, because I'm just kind of starting to dive into all these different topics with AI and what you can do, not just with coding, but with video, audio, music, all the different kinds of things you can generate with AI. I think it's it's really exciting, and I'm curious to explore it. So I figured, why not explore it with all of you guys? Yeah. And just to get started, I pulled up this page, rentahuman.ai. This was, I guess, kind of a meta meme from the whole OpenCode debacle that's been going down the past week or two, where basically now the AIs have created a website for humans to be rented by AI agents instead of the other way around, so that the AI can achieve things in the real world. I think, honestly, it's kind of a meme, but it's funny because there are actually people here that are selling their services and theoretically being rented out by AI bots. Pretty silly. Okay, so let's dive into the actual content. I assume you want to make an iOS app, and that's why you're here. So here's what you need. In my experience, in my small amount of experience, you need some common sense, because the AI is going to be like a yes man. It's going to basically always try to make you happy. So you need some common sense to actually ask for the right things. You need to ask for, because it will try to give you exactly what you ask for. And if you ask for things that don't make sense, you'll get a product that doesn't really make sense. So you need some common sense. You need a bit of technical knowledge. I say recommended. So my background is, I've worked in tech companies for 10 years, but or even more than 10 years, but I never went to computer science school. I didn't get a degree in computer science. I studied film. And so, but I've been around technology for a long time, and I work with it. And so I've seen good practices when it comes to creating code, when it comes to project management, when it comes to, like how a technical project comes together. And I'd say that, and you can use sort of like any different knowledge that you bring to the table will be useful when it comes to making an app, because I assume that the app that you want to make is based on something that is in your interest, something that you know something about. That'll be like the best jumping off point. Don't just like make something because you think it'll make money that you don't know anything about, because if you want to make an actual good app, you need some knowledge about what you're building, and it does help to have some knowledge of some technical knowledge. I would say in my my humble assumption that the future is going to be a lot of generalists, a lot of tech generalists. Maybe I'm just overhyping my own skills, because I kind of consider myself a tech generalist, where you have a little bit of knowledge about a lot of things, and that can help you sort of steer the tools that we now have available, the AI coding tools. They steer them to the right direction and give you the product that you want. So you need to know kind of how to ask for what you want. Okay. And then you need some ideas. You need good ideas. Good ideas are always going to be valuable, because right now, like if you ask the AI for an app idea, and then someone else asks the AI for an app idea, and you just ask a general question, you're probably both going to get the same response. And then you're both going to go ahead thinking you're both making this great idea. AI is not great at original ideas, not right now. So you need to have the idea, and that has to be the seed that builds something great. If you want to build something great, you can't just ask ChatGPT, give me a great idea. It's not how it works right now. And you need some vision and some taste. And these are just like, if you want to create something great, you just need to have good vision and good taste. So, I mean, I'm assuming that you do. That's why you're here. I can't teach you these things, so I'll just assume you have them. And then these are the tools that we're going to work with today. Not too many, to be honest. It's pretty simple. So we're going to be doing the coding in Visual Studio Code. It's free. That one's here. So go on to code.visualstudio.com/download and download it while I'm talking. And then we're going to use OpenCode. This is an open source AI coding agent. And the way that I'm going to be downloading it is through Brew. This is a package manager for Mac. So you would just copy this and paste it into your terminal. And while that's going, we'll have a look at the next one. I already have an existing one, so I don't need to install it twice. Or actually, it looks like I have the wrong one, so I'll install this one. All right, so now OpenCode is installing. And then we're going to want Git. This is for version control. So basically, if you break something or mess something up, you can just go back and undo it. And this is probably going to be your best friend, especially if you are inexperienced, and especially if you're experienced. Honestly, everyone needs Git. Don't leave home without it. So I'll just do the same. Brew, install Git. I think I already have that installed as well. Yeah, it's already installed. For you, maybe it won't be. If you have Windows, just go to github.com and download it. No big deal. I'm assuming that you're not going to have Windows because this is an iOS app course. Yeah, and then you're going to need Xcode. You can get Xcode just from the App Store in your computer. So just make sure you download it, and then make sure that you install the iOS simulator. And once you have those tools, we're ready to get started. So let me just do a quick description of the app that I want to make. So right here, so I'm trying to get back into the gym. You know, it's February. I skipped January, but now it's February. I want to get back into the gym. And previously, when I was going to the gym, I have just been using the Notes app on my phone. So I would just have the exercises that I wanted to do and the sets that I wanted to do. And I literally would just go through and check them off as I did them. And every day when I would do a new gym day, I would just like pick, okay, today I want to do my tricep day, and just uncheck all the checkboxes, and then get back in it and check off the ones that I do and update the weights based on what I was doing at the time. But, you know, now that I've realized that how easy it is to make apps, I figured, why not make an app for this? Or, I mean, first I thought, why not download an app for this? But then I looked in the App Store, and all the workout apps, they want you to pay their monthly subscriptions, and they try to sell you their creatine pills, and they have all this like crap in it. So I figured, why not make an app for my personal use, And I just want to highlight, like, if you're coming into this with zero experience in app development, zero experience in IT or tech or whatever, I really recommend that you just start making an app for your own personal use. Don't try to dive right in and make some sort of like business to business SaaS product that's going to earn you like $1 billion, because anything that has other people paying you money for the app, especially when it comes to storing their data, processing their payments, that kind of thing, you really don't want to start there when it comes to learning how to do tech, because those are complicated things that could get you into deep water. And I'm not saying that the AI can't handle building those types of products, because 100% they can. But I'm saying unless you're someone with experience, it's better to start small, and don't take it personally. I did the same thing. So the first app that I made was an app that was just to help someone in my town keep track of apartments for sale, because I was looking at apartments that were on sale, and I was trying to keep track of when I would go to a viewing and how much they were, and just trying to keep track of like which ones I wanted to see and when, and and there wasn't really a good option for that, so I just vibe coded this app, and it actually, I mean, now I'm in my new place that I bought. So I'm just saying, start with a small personal project. Sorry for the tangents. I'll try to keep this more focused going forward. Let's go. So here's my idea. Really simple. So let me first I will get my tool set up, and then I'll show you how to kind of get started with this type of thing. But right now, like, I'll just let you know, this is all I have. This is like my starting point. It's just what I was doing before, and I have an idea in my head of how I want to do this as an app. So first off, what I've done is I've gone ahead and created an empty folder on my disk, and now I'll go to Visual Studio Code, and I will open this folder. So you just press open, and then I put it in my dev folder, and I made this nice OpenCode folder. Well, I have Gym app. I'm going to do it in Gym app here, dev Gym app, right? It's going to ask you if you trust the authors of this folder. I'll say yes, because this is my own folder. And that's it. You can see here on the side, we're in Gym app. There's nothing here. Okay. Now, here on the left side here, we have this extensions section for VS Code. Click that and type OpenCode. So we have OpenCode extension. For me, I've already installed it. So make sure that you get this one, because this is the official one. Don't get like some of these unofficial ones or inofficial ones. Get the real one, and then once it's installed, it will appear over here. And here it is. So I was playing around with running some local models, but if you press /models and enter switch model, what you'll see here is we have these free models from OpenCode Zen. To be honest, I don't remember if I had to log in or not, so I'll just show you what this is. So OpenCode has this thing called Zen, which is their sort of paid plan for them kind of selling you models. Models are just different AI kind of helpers. So the thing is, I'm not even sure if you need a Zen account. Maybe you do, but if you do, you can just create a free account. And the thing that's great about Zen is that you have an option to set up payment or whatever to pay them stuff, but you don't have to. So I never give them any credit card information. And what you get is you get access to a lot of free models for free with no subscription fees ever. So right now there's like, this model is free, this model is free, This model is free. This model is free. So if you scroll down, you'll see a little bit of a note on the free models. So right now, all these models are free for a limited time because the team is using them to kind of improve their model. So these aren't going to be free forever. They're going to go away, which is fine. But from my experience, I've been using this for like a few months, and there's always like something that's free. So just kind of use what's available at the time. If you don't know really what's good, it doesn't really matter which one you pick. I'm going to be honest. But I've been hearing some things about this Kimi 2.5 and this GLM 4.7. So I'll just try one of these. I just want to see how it performs. All right. And then you have this option here where it says build. If you hit tab, which is for agents, you see that it switches to plan. So I have a plan agent and a build agent. And this is going to be pretty important. So, yeah. Before we actually jump into the kind of AI chatting, the vibe coding, or whatever, I will just create in this folder an iOS project so that the AI has like an empty project so that we know that we get the project structure correct. So what you do to get that project structure is you first open Xcode and then you do create a new project. So you could try to do something multi-platform, but I think if you know that you want to make an iOS app, I think it's easiest to just start with an iOS app. And we're going to make it as an app, as it says here. So you can ignore this other stuff. So we're going to make an iOS app. We're going to give it a product name. I'm just going to call it something stupid like Gym app. And I'm going to say... yeah, you don't need to add an account for now. The account is for if you want to actually put it in the App Store, and then if you want to get access to some of their developer features, you'll need an account. But for now, for just testing, debugging, you don't need that. So we can skip that. I'll just say oh yeah. Here we go. Gym app. We're going to use Swift UI. That's the newest interface for Xcode, and language Swift. This is just the newest stuff. These options here, we don't need to sort it out now. We can just have the AI like set it later when we determine what our requirements are. And then I just want to go to my dev folder, to my gym app, and I'll create it here. Now, here it's saying, do you want to create a Git repository on your Mac? I'm going to uncheck this because we're going to set up source control with Git separately. So first, I'll just create this without setting up Git. And you'll see that it creates this folder with kind of like, don't need that. With an empty assets, so there's no icon. The content just has some kind of like dummy content. Yeah, but what we have is a project with some default settings and all this stuff that is just easier to create here in Xcode than it would have been having the AI do it for us. Okay, so we can just kind of put this aside for now. And the next thing we want to do is we want to set up GitHub so that our changes are tracked right away as soon as we start making them. So on the left bar here, you see that we have a Git tab, and this folder doesn't currently have a Git repository. That's fine. Let's create the repository in Git first. So I've logged into Git over here. You can do your own, just create an account at github.com and press create repository, and then you'll get here. So I'm just going to call this gym app, and we're going to keep this private for now. We don't want, we don't need anyone to see our spaghetti code, and create repository. That's all. So now we have our gym app, and then there's some basic instructions here how to get started. So what we're going to do is we're just going to follow these instructions here to link our local folder here to our Git repository here. So basically what that means is once these are linked, all the changes that we make locally to our local files, and when we push them to Git, which is the term for sending the code to Git, it all gets stored here. And every time we do a push or a commit and then push, those changes are going to be stored like as a history that you can go back and look at the history. If you make some mistake and you need to go back and see an old version, you can go back and see all the old versions. This is a great way to protect yourself in case you mess something up. So let's do all these. We don't necessarily need to make the README right now, but why not? Let's do it. To run these commands from inside of Xcode, you just go to the terminal menu and new terminal, and it pops up down the bottom here. And then we'll just start pasting in these commands. So yeah, you'll see that when I ran this command, it created just an empty README file, which is fine. And then we're gonna do a git init, which initializes git here. Yeah, and then we're gonna add the README file to git. And what you can see here on the side is we have this 10 here there, and we already start to see some changes that are staged here. But right now it's not linked to our actual Git repository online. These are just local changes. So right now we've initialized a local repository, but it's not in the cloud yet, which is fine. So what we can also do here, instead of typing git add blah blah every time, what I like to do is just use this interface here. So by pressing this button, I stage all these changes. So now all these changes here, these are just our dummy files that we just created, are staged for being added to our repository. I hope this is straightforward. Yeah, and then here it says you do git commit with a message, and then you just write a message about what your commit is. But you can do that here without having to do it in the terminal. So here I'll just say initial commit dummy files, whatever. Doesn't sound great, but it's true. So now we have staged all these changes, and then we press commit. Yeah, so we have to actually set our username and email in Git. Yeah, so in order to link Git, your Git account to your local files, you'll actually need to set up something called an SSH key. So this will make it so that you don't have to type your password every time you want to send your files to the cloud. So my recommendation is to go into GitHub and then just press the Copilot button on the top, and it will give you all the information about setting up your SSH key. I'm just going to do this off camera so that I don't share any sensitive information, and I'll come back in a sec. All right, we're back. So did you do all that? Just to quickly recap, all you have to do is from the terminal, first you have to set your variables of your username, and then you have to set your user email. So you can set them with these commands, and then you can check them with these commands. Once that's set up, then you can go up here and go through these steps. So you generate your key, adding your own email, and then if you're on a Mac, then you just run through these steps, setting up your SSH config, and copy this into the file, and then add it to your keychain, and yeah, and then you copy your newly created public key into your actual GitHub account, and then you should be good to go. So that's what I just did here, and hopefully it will work. We'll see. We'll do it live, and we can pick up where we were before. So we want to make sure that we're on the main branch. So over here, I'll say git branch main, and then I'm going to add this repository as the remote origin for my folder here. So when I run this command, this basically links my local folder to this repository. And then since this is all staged, and then I do the commit, and then I publish the branch. And if everything goes well, would you like to periodically run git fetch? This is to pull updates from the server, the GitHub cloud. Yeah, I'll do that. That's a good practice. So now you can see here I have my initial commit, and this is going to be my little history graph. So as I make more commits and more changes, this is going to fill up with different commits. And if I click on it, I can see all the files that I've changed. And just to verify, when I come back here to my repository, if I refresh, you'll see we have my README that just has the name of the app and all the files that I've created. They're here online. So now we don't really need the browser right now anymore. We can just get to work here in VS Code. All right. So now, are you ready to actually start building now that all the initial setup is done? So once you have all that set up, you basically never have to set it up again unless you get a new computer. And every new project, you'll start from basically here. So we have OpenCode open, and we are on our build agent. So I'm going to press tab, and I'm going to get a plan agent. So the difference between build and plan is every time you type something into here and you ask for something, the build agent will basically make some change. It will make a file, it will change a file, it will do something. It's always going to try to change something. Whereas when you have a plan agent, it will never make any changes. So it won't do anything. It will just create a plan for a build agent to then use to build something. And why this is good practice is because if you just say a complicated structure like make this app, it's going to do this and that, a build agent's just going to go through and kind of try to go through things one by one. But it's not going to be very structured, and you're going to most likely end up with a kind of a messy app. So the best practice is to first start with the plan. And so the plan agent is going to work with you to actually create a file, a plan file with project requirements, and it was going to break down the tasks of making your app into small, manageable tasks that then the build agent can go through one by one and build in a structured and organized way. Okay, so we're going to start with the plan agent and just describe as detailed as possible how we want the app to work and what it will do. So I want to make an iOS app to track my workouts. I have already created an empty project that we can use as a starting point. Okay. The app should have a section where I can add specific workouts that I want to do. Then another section where I build days, build a day plan for my workout. For example, like a chest day, etc. I want to be able to have the app be pre-populated with common common workouts, as well as let me add exercises. Yeah, I'll say common exercises. So I want it to basically be pre-populated with common exercises, as well as let me add my own exercises. Then it should also be pre-populated with some sample day plans gathered from internet research of best workout plans. So basically, what I'm telling it is I want the app to be, I want to have like a section with different exercises, like for example, bench press or whatever, squats. And then I want to be able to add my own exercises, but I want it to pre-populate with kind of the most basic common things. And then I also want a second section where you build your day plans. So like I have on my notepad here, I want to have like a bicep day, a tricep and chest day, a shoulder day, etc. So I want to have a section where I build these day plans. And then the third section I want is, I guess there'll be 4 sections. So the third section will be when you actually are executing your day plan, when you're at the gym, like to be kind of like a notebook where you go through, you write your weight that you use and your reps that you manage and how many sets you do. So I want to like use that as like going through your plan and checking out what you actually do. And then I want a final section where it's like a calendar and it shows you like when you went to the gym, which workout you did which day, and like it will show you the weights and the times. Pretty simple, right? Okay, so let's go through this. I want to have the app be pre-populated with common exercises as well as let me have my own exercises. And then it should be pre-populated with some sample day plans gathered from internet research of best workout plans. I want there to be a section where you choose your day plan and go through each exercise and check off the ones that reps as you do them and be able to input which weight and which weight you do and how many reps are relevant. Or minutes if it's appropriate. Example, cardio. Okay, so we have this section should be the one you use while you're at the gym. Finally, I want a section that is a calendar view which has a dot on every day that you performed a workout and clicking or tapping on that day will show which exercises and reps / weight you did. Stop. Sorry. I keep hitting Shift Enter to get a new line, but in this one, in this one, you have to do option enter, which is annoying. All right, so I'll just paste this in here again, and I'll do option enter. Okay. So beyond that, what else do we want? Okay, so the app can be divided into 3 main tabs. We have build, which is to build your workout plans. Maybe plan, we'll call it plan. Plan, which is to build your workout plans. And then go, which is the section where is the gym notebook type section where you actually fill in what you are doing at the gym. And finally, the history section to show my past workouts. Yeah, I mean, this is really basic. We could add some more features later, but I just want to have it do like a basic, let's just start with this and see where we go. And I'll say, as some final notes, do some internet research before planning about how best to present this information as an iOS app. It should be easy to build workouts by choosing from exercises. Oh my god. And building day plans. It should also be really very convenient to check off the sets and fill in the weight in the go section while at the gym. It should be simple and straightforward to use and should not be like I'm trying to say, like it should be really, and it should get out of your way while you're at the gym. It should just it should not be distracting or finicky to use while at the gym. Make me a plan to create this app and break down all the steps into simple break down all the tasks into simple steps. The app should use the latest iOS standards and only native Swift, which is the language that we're using. Honestly, this is probably enough. So I'm just gonna hit enter, and here's the plan. And then it just gets started. While it's doing that, I'll just quickly go over that we have, we want to make an iOS app to track workouts. Tell them where to put it. It's in this directory here. So the AI is only going to have access to the directory that we started in, theoretically, unless you grant more. That's something else, but I don't recommend it. And then I just describe like really specifically how I want the app to be laid out. maybe not like, I mean, you can see like I did it pretty sloppy. It wasn't like super impressive or anything. Just like a really simple me describing how I wanted this app to be. So I described the different sections and what I want to do in each section and how I want to use it. So kind of like the user's use case. And then I specifically told it to do some internet research before planning, because when you tell it to do internet research, usually it will do it will provide better results. Basically, it will get more up-to-date information and not just kind of like go off and make something up. And then I specify that I want it to be easy to use, that I just want it to be convenient, something simple, and then also like saying break down the tasks into simple steps. So this is to make it easier for the build agent that we're going to be using next. And finally, just telling it to use the latest iOS standards and only native Swift. So it doesn't try to like make something complicated, just to use the best tools available. So you can see now it's thinking, it's doing lots of, it kind of like tells you what it's doing, what it's thinking. So yeah, it does some searching. It searches for, it reads through the code that's already there. It tries searching for best practices, etc. And now it's planning. So what do we got here? Key design decisions. Okay, so maybe it's already done. Let's see. Yeah, it's broken it down into, based on my research, here's a comprehensive plan for your app. Okay. Yeah, so it's prioritizing UX, which is great. Users can check off sets quickly between exercises. Yeah, that sounds just like my my little notepad thing here, checking things off. It's great. It comes up with the best workout splits. Push-pull legs is the most popular, so it's done some research. Why is the scrolling so messed up? Okay. So then it's building some data models, which is something that, like, you know, you probably don't want to have to do yourself. It's coming up with how to structure the data. It's dividing it out into the different kind of data structures. So we have like an exercise, a workout plan, a day, planning exercises, a workout session, a completed exercise, a completed set, so on. It's has a plan for how to configure this set up the project, and then yeah, building up a library with 100 exercises, a workout plan builder, pre-populated plans, yeah, the Go tab, the gym notebook. So it basically like takes my ideas and fleshes them out. And the more specific you are when you describe your idea, the better plan you're going to get. So I'll just have a quick read through the rest of this. The calendar view, the dots on workout days, color-coded dots based on workout type. That's pretty cool. I didn't think about that, but yeah. Tap a day to see the session details, list of exercises, sets, reps, weights, duration. Yep. Yeah, so maybe we want like in a timer. Yeah, they've already added it. An optional rest timer. Yeah, with a timer and tracking how long we spend. So this looks great. Honestly, this looks great. And just to keep this video not super long, like I'm gonna say this is probably good. So yeah. So it builds this plan and then it asks me, yeah, what should we do? Do you want to start implementing it already? Do you want to adjust any features? Do you want me to research any specific plans in more detail? Honestly, so you can spend a long time building these plans, and I would recommend that you do for your own projects. But for this video, I will just accept this plan. But before I do, I want it to save the plan. Save this plan locally in the folder. Call it initial implementation plan.md. So that way we can reference it if we don't do the whole thing in one kind of go. Now let's see if it'll actually be able to save the plan, or if I have to switch to, yeah, I can't save the file right now because I'm in read-only mode. Okay, so what I have to do is hit tab, and now I'm in build mode, and then I'll say, now please save the plan. And you notice I don't have to specify like all this stuff again, it remembers. And while it's doing that, I'll just make a quick note about context. The context is something that is how much the AI has in its memory. The context is the AI's memory. So depending on the size of the model, the capabilities of the AI model, it has a certain amount of information it can store at one time. And what you see up here is actually, this is the context up here on the side. So right now it's 30,464 tokens. Token is just how they measure the information stored. I think each token is like one word or something, or maybe one character, I forget. But it's just like how they store, the information. And you can see that that's 12%. So this model is using 12% of its context. And the thing that is useful to know about the context is when context is low, things generally work pretty well. But at the same time, like you need some context so that the model like knows, like it knows what we're working on, what the app is. It knows that we're making an iOS app. It knows where the files are living. But once you get this context up closer to 100%, it becomes really messy and it starts doing worse work. It does a poorer job, and it starts doing like kind of AI hallucinations that you might have heard about. So it's best to kind of keep the context low. You have something called compact. I think for this one, compact session, and what that will do is it will basically empty the context and just summarize everything in the conversation, or it will summarize its context into a smaller version, like literally just writing like a summary, like probably in plain English of everything that we've gone through. And that way you'll have a smaller context, but you'll still keep some information about what we've gone through. So that would be compact session. But what I actually recommend is every time you're going to do a new feature, you just start a new chat window by pressing this button. This will open a new tab. For now, for the initial implementation, their context is only at 12%, and all of that 12% is just our plan, which is fine. So we can keep this chat for now because the context is 100% relevant. So now I'm on a build agent, so it tells me it's ready to start when I am. So I'll stop talking and I'll say built. Okay, let's go. So you'll see that it starts creating this like to-do list, and the to-do list is based off of the implementation plan. So first it starts by creating the data models. And if we expand our project folder here, we can see that it's starting to create some files. Now, what I like to do when I'm creating apps with AI, oh no, it's having some issues. They'll work just fine when built in Xcode. Yeah. What I like to do when I'm creating stuff with AI, instead of watching this file explorer window, I like to watch the source control window, because the thing that you see here is changes. What this means is every file that's changed since the last time we pushed to GitHub will show up here. And right now, like this whole file is showing up because it's a completely new file. But if we change this, if we commit all these changes and push them to Git, and then make some new change to this file, what we'll see is only the changes. They'll highlight the changes in green, what's added, and red, what's removed. I'll show you that when we get to it. But for now, just know that this Git tab here, this source control tab, will show us all the changes that we make on our files. So you can see something that's interesting here is it's showing us like the files that it's creating. You can see that it's creating like the different plans. Here's a bro split. And it's also doing some error checking itself. So like when we were, sorry for this scrolling, when we were here earlier, it showed some errors, and then it just thought about them and said, yeah, these errors are not that important. They'll sort themselves out once we get into Xcode. Don't worry about it. Yeah, so now if we scroll to the bottom, we'll see it's like, it's creating the different exercises, marking them, legs, core, etc. So our app is already coming together. So what it wanted to do is actually use Xcode to build a project, but I haven't granted it access to Xcode. So it's actually gone through and finished phase 1. So that didn't take long. And then what it does is it summarizes what it's done for us. So we'll see it's created the data models. It's created 130 plus exercises with categories for muscle groups. It's created workout plans and pre-populated some workout plans. It's created a planned day, which allows us to plan individual days, planning exercises within a day, so we can choose our sets and reps configuration, and our workout session record, which is a record of our completed workouts. So, and then we can track our actual performance with these last two. So pre-populated some data organized by chest, back, shoulders, biceps, triceps, legs, core, cardio, and then some Olympic lifts, kettlebell, full body movements. It's created 4 sample day plans. 3 day, oh yeah, okay. So it's actually created 4 plans of 3 or 4 day, 3, 4, or 5 day workouts actually. And it's labeled them like beginner, intermediate, or bodybuilder, which is great. So it's already kind of like giving us an intro. It's like giving us like a nice sort of ease in. So if we wanted to, we could just start with the beginner or intermediate workout and try to work up to something else. But it's already like kind of come up with this by itself. I just told it to what to look for, and it found it. Yeah, and then it's created the tab view like we specified, and pre-populated the things that we specified, and so on. So next we have phase 2. So what we could do, we could go ahead and actually look at the app, or we could just have it continue. But I think when we have this like nice implementation plan, I like to just go through the whole plan first, and then we can check. I don't feel like there's any point doing quality assurance when the app is in such a fresh state. But I also see here I've been recommended to install the Swift extension. Let's just install that. Maybe it will help. Maybe it will help the AI do some code debugging. Install Swift. Okay. Do it. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so let's just go back. All right, let's just continue. So here it says we're ready to move on to phase 2. So it's done phase 1 only. Let's go ahead and implement phase 2. And you'll see our context now is 21%. So it's still pretty healthy. I think anything over 70% is a little bit dangerous. And you'll also see $0. We're paying nothing for this. This is totally free. So right now it's working on creating the exercise library view. We have some more errors here, but I'm guessing it's nothing to worry about just now. One thing that's a topic of discussion among people who are into creating apps with AI or vibe coding is what you do while the AI is cooking, while it's doing this. I mean, if you're like smart and you want to kind of follow along with what it's doing and you want to make sure it's doing the right thing, you want to read the code as it creates it, you can really be like following it. You can see its thinking, and you can learn how it kind of goes through and figures out like how to do each thing. And it is actually really, I would recommend like the first few times you are doing this to actually read its kind of thinking process, because it actually helps you learn a lot about how apps are created and how they're planned out. But eventually, like some people, they just want to go in the background and watch a YouTube video, or if you're a power user, you can spin up other OpenCode windows and you could just ask it for something else like entirely while it's doing that. But I'm going to try to keep this as streamlined and focused as possible. So right now we're just going to kind of let it do its thing and we'll see where it goes. But I'll try to show a little bit about what it's doing so that we're not just sitting here watching it. So let's see what we got here. So this is, it's creating the create plan view. So this is like how you actually create your day plan, and it's actually showing us the entire code for it. Maybe this will make sense to you, maybe not, but it is like kind of nice to just have a look and get some sort of familiarity with your app. We didn't specify anything about about the UI, like the colors or how we want it to look. But I guess the only thing that we specified was to use a modern, most up-to-date iOS Swift components. So hopefully we'll be using like the what's it called, like liquid glass, whatever the newest iOS crap is. But we'll see. I mean, we haven't even reached the moment of truth yet. And it's funny because this model, Kimi 2.5, a lot of people have been comparing it to Claude Opus, which is like the expensive Claude paid model. And I've never used it before, so I'm actually really curious to see how well it performs creating a basic app like this. All right, so let's see. It's finished phase 2 already. So that took what, 5 minutes. And it's added the exercise library to allow us to browse our exercises. It's added a search bar so we can search and filter them based on the categories. We can filter by muscle groups. We have like some details with instructions, which is, I mean, pretty good. A custom exercise indicator with a person icon. And then we have the ability to add custom exercises, which I specifically requested. Validation that the name and muscle groups are required. So you can't just like half fill out an exercise. You actually have to put in the information. Exercise detail view. So full exercise information with icons. It's editable for custom exercises. There's metadata. I mean, it's all pretty well planned, to be honest. It's better than if I were to do it myself, because I don't have that much experience planning apps yet, so I wouldn't have thought of all these things. Yeah, you can have multiple workout days. Yeah, so the plan builder is in place, and the plan detail view is in place. The exercise picker is in place. So it's gone through a checklist and done all those things. So plan 3, and you'll see that we're at 30% context, by the way. So we're still pretty green, and all this context is, I would say, still relevant to what we're doing. So let's go ahead and implement plan phase 3. This is going to be the gym notebook, so the Go tab for while we're actually doing our workout. So now it's building the section that we'll use while we're at the gym. You can see that it's thinking this section is a critical at the gym functionality where users start workout sessions, select plans, input weight and reps, see progress throughout the workout, rest timer, save and complete the session. So I think, I'm not sure if it's actually implemented like a timer to time the actual full workout, but I think that could be nice as well, or at least an option to add the timer. I mean, you could just time with your watch or something, but an option to have a timer or add input the time after would be nice. So you'll see it's broken it down even further from the plan into these actionable steps. Don't worry about this, I suppose. And it's showing us our code. But if you look at the steps, so the way that it actually works is it analyzes the task, it breaks it down into like what's important, and then it actually creates to-dos. So the AI agents generally all do this, and it goes through and one by one implements these to-do lists, this to-do list. So if we scroll to the bottom, you can see, yeah, it's preparing to write. So it takes a little time to generate each file, but it's pretty quick. So it's just generated another one. It just kind of spit out the whole file at once. And you can see, like typical of AI, it's like using kind of these dumb emojis. So, I mean, when we look at the final app, it's not going to be like a beautiful, it's not going to look, it's probably not going to look like a really trendy, like modern designer app. It's probably going to look like an AI app, but for now, that's fine. All right, it's already finished. Look at that. It's already finished phase 3. So now we have a full screen workout tracker, a real-time elapsed timer showing the workout duration. So that was what I was hoping that they would do. Progress tracking, a visual progress bar as we get through like the day, or like the workout for the day. Navigating between the workouts, auto-saving all the data to Swift data, which is nice. You can cancel or finish to prevent accidental confirmation. Yeah, you get so it's going to double check if you want to cancel or finish your workout. I wonder if like you don't have time to finish, if you can also like stop the workout midway and just say like didn't finish or something. And then, yeah, so we have gym-friendly buttons. So they're like large, easy to press. The input mode where you can like log the set. Completed mode shows with the green check mark. You get haptic feedback, which is always nice. Decimal keyboard for the weight. Yeah, I mean, this is looking pretty good. Let's, instead of sitting here reading this, let's go ahead and go with phase 4, the history tab. Yep, let's go. Implement phase 4. Now I know what you're probably thinking as this goes. You're probably thinking like, yeah, this is probably just going to be some crap non-functioning app that's going to be full of bugs and going to be like completely useless. And you might be right. I don't want to like shill for any of the paid companies like Claude or ChatGPT, but I mean, like the things I've been working on lately with Claude, like generally with Claude Opus, like you will get things right almost every time the first time. Like maybe 3 months ago, like I had to go back and forth and do troubleshooting, and it was like a real pain to like sort out the bugs. But now, like, yeah, it might create bugs based on things that you didn't specify correctly, but as soon as you find a bug and you say explain the bug, like generally it just fixes it right away. Like the testing time goes down, there's a lot less like back and forth about fixing things. So yeah, I mean, the speed at which these models are improving is pretty shocking. Like even just within the past 3 months. So I mean, now we're looking at a model that is it's free for now, and even when it's not free, it's really affordably priced from what I've seen. It is a Chinese model, so yeah, do with that what you will. But now look, our app is feature complete. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tell it to create a README. And I might go through and want to add some polish, and I might want to add some additional features. I can test the build myself in Xcode. I'll show you that. But while I'm testing the build in Xcode, I'm going to say, yes, please fill in the README file with the instructions. So I'll let it do that in the background. And it has this context, so the context will be helpful for the README file. So now we have, here's my old app. Let's go to Xcode. Before we do that, I'm just going to add all these. I'll keep my implementation plan for now. We could probably delete this, but I want to keep it for now, maybe go back and reference it later. So I will stage all these changes with that plus button, and I'm going to say initial build. So we just kind of like one-shotted this app. I'll add the README after. Oh, it's now done. Okay, I'll add the README. Initial app build, we'll push it. Yeah, it's gonna pull the changes from the cloud and then push my changes. That's fine. I don't need to see that every time. So we've now pushed all of our changes to the cloud. The app is safely stored here in GitHub. You'll see if I expand, we now have all the files, the data, the models, etc. Let's actually look at the app. I mean, that's what we're here for, right? So now that I open up Xcode, you'll see that the files they're already here, they're populated. So I don't really need to do much. All I need to do is go here to the simulator, choose how I want to view it. I'll just view it on an iPhone 17 Pro, that's fine. And hit run. And then it's going to try to build the app. So you'll see that the build failed. So there's something that it's done incorrectly here. So what I like to do if this happens is I just click here and I copy, Control C, and I'll just say the build failed. And then paste the error. So that's pretty much all you really need about the build failures. And kind of like the iOS errors, you can literally just copy them from the error window here and paste them in, and then it will fix them for you. So what it did here was it had named two different things, description, so there was a conflict, and now it's going to go in and make sure that the plan has a description called plan description, and so it's changing the different descriptions to be more specific. And you'll see as it's making these changes, these files are getting populated here. And as I mentioned before, you'll see the changes. So the line highlighted in red was removed and it was replaced with the one in green. So it changed the description for the plan to be plan description. And you can go through and you can see all the changes and where it was referenced. It finds all the references and updates it everywhere. Okay, it's done. Now I could commit this into my GitHub, but before I do that, I'll add these changes. I'll stage them so that way any new changes will appear below this line. But I'm not going to push them yet because I want to make sure that there aren't any more errors. So let's try to build again. And you see here, it's made a couple of mistakes here. I'll highlight them both and say, yeah. And yeah, I mean, I can say that yeah, this model is a free model, so it's not going to be as good as the state-of-the-art paid ones. So some errors are to be expected. So this is like this kind of like workflow of like copying the errors and having it fix the errors. Like it's a little bit tedious, and maybe it requires like a little bit of technical know-how. But in general, like you get used to the flow really quickly. And as I mentioned, like briefly before, you can have the AI like run the build from the command line in its chat, and then it can verify the errors itself for you. I'm just showing you kind of the manual way because it's nice to understand how all this works, I think, before you start automating everything away. And also, it does sometimes take even more time to have it constantly building from the command line every time it makes a change. So to be honest, this may be a slightly faster workflow, believe it or not. We have one more error here. Another error. Oh, another few errors, actually. A few more have appeared. I'll just copy them all. And when I copy these, it actually, I don't know if you notice when I'm pasting them, it gives a little bit more information than what you see there. And then just paste these here. So you'll see like it actually tells which file specifically and which line and which character. So it knows exactly where the error occurs. And then it goes through and fixes them. I feel like we need to have a drum roll to actually see that when the app actually builds, because I feel like now we've been in here for what, over an hour, and we're just getting to the part where we actually see if it actually works. Okay, so it's done. It's done fixing it. It tells you kind of like why it did what it did and how it fixed it, which is fine. Had some incorrect parameters and a naming collision. Okay. I mean, that's what having the context should have helped, but look, now the build succeeds, so we're gonna have something. We're gonna have an app. Let's see what happens. So down here, the simulator is starting up. Oof, here we go. Drum roll. Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, it's pretty basic. Plans, my plans, workout plans. We have the different tabs. It's a little bit slow right now because the debugger is probably getting attached. So the debugger is the thing in Xcode down here that when we run the app, we see different logs based on what's happening. So so you can see that there are some errors here. Failed to create file, attempting to recover from error, some duplicate values, core data recovery. So there are some errors here. Sandbox access, right? Yeah. I'll just copy some of these. And then I'll say, okay, so does the app actually work? That's the question. Oops, didn't mean to open that. I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna say, the app doesn't seem to have any data populated. I'm seeing these errors in the debugger. And then we paste in these errors, and I pasted in just like a sampling. I think it has enough to work with here. I don't even really need to read it, but yeah. critical. I just found some critical errors. So, I mean, this doesn't look bad. It's not beautiful, but it looks like we've got the different tabs, and it has the modern sort of iOS style. It's pretty basic looking, but you know, we could style it if we wanted to. Right now it's checking for any other kind of duplicate things that are messing it up. While it's doing that, I'm going to just go over here to debug in Xcode and detach. So what this does is it detaches this debugger. And why I'm doing that is because sometimes it doesn't work at all, actually, with the debugger detached. Okay. So let's let it, yeah, that's fine. Ignore. It's auto quits with the debugger detached. Let's let it fix the errors before we try to build it again. So right now it's going through, yeah, it's created multiple duplicates for some reason. So yeah, I mean, my review of this model, I've seen better. Maybe this isn't the best intro into vibe coding when you see these errors, but you know, like, you're always going to run into some issues, and knowing how to sort through them is pretty key to being successful at building apps, even with AI's help. All right, so it's removed some duplicate stuff. It's saying I should delete my build folder with this command in Xcode, and also delete the app from the simulator. I'll do that just to be safe, because it probably had some corrupted data in there, and then so it was Command Shift K in Xcode. So I'll just do that. Clean the build, and we'll try it again. You can see the build progress up there on the top. It was really quick. Look at this. Now we have an app. Workout plans. So here are some sample workout plans. It includes different full body exercise days. So there are 3 days to this plan. Perfect for beginners. 3 times a week with compounded movements, and each day has 8 exercises. That's actually like pretty nice. Then we have the bro split. Classic bodybuilding split focusing on 1 muscle group per day. Great for hypertrophy. How nice. You can have a look and see which ones we have. It has a barbell bench press. It tells you how many sets, what you want to go for, 8 to 10. We can edit this. Look at that. We can edit it. We have a rest that we can edit. Wow, yeah, I mean, these are nice plans. So we basically have the option to use pre-populated plans. We can make our own plan. I'll call it my plan. Let's get ripped. Okay, and then we add a day. So we'll say chest, and well, what do we have in my notes? We had tricep and chest. Chest and tricep. Okay. And let's add some exercises. So we had a bench press. Let's try the search bench. So now I'm just trying to like test. They don't actually don't have a basic bench press. That's interesting. They have dumbbell. Oh, barbell bench press. Yeah, there we go. My bad. I've read barbell as dumbbell. Okay, we want to pull down. So let's add a pull down. Lat pull down. There we go. No, not a lat pull down. We want a tricep pull down. Pull down. Straight arm pull down. Close grip pull down. Back. Let's see what they got for triceps. Tricep dips, overhead tricep extension. We'll add some dips. Dips were in there. So you notice that like every time I add an exercise, the day sort of compresses. So like maybe that's a bug. So what I could do here is I could add a note. I can say gym app. This is what I was doing in the beginning, and I would just like make a little checklist, and I would say add an exercise to a day. The day collapses. Don't want it to collapse. I'm just making like a little checklist of things that could be better. Like maybe it's a bug or an improvement or whatever. Yeah, just keeping track of things I notice as I test out the app. Let's do a chest fly. Let's see what if they have a chest fly or chest. Or if I do fly, do they have dumbbell flies? They spelled it funny, but they have it. I'll add this. And then let's see. We could, I mean, here I just was like doing some sort of like something else. So we could say deadlift maybe. I was just putting in some, I was kind of mixing my leg and back workouts into my other ones because I was skipping leg day. Not gonna lie. Let's just throw in some deadlifts to break it up. Deadlift, and then maybe some dips. So we got the dips. Chest press, I mean, sure, why not? Let's do chest press. Chest press. All right, let's see if they have press. So I noticed that close grip bench press, yeah, they don't have the incline barbell press. About crossovers. Cable crossovers, there we go. I've noticed that like when I search for, when I'm searching an exercise, if I search for chest, I only get one result, even though I know that, so it's not searching for the, it's not searching for, sorry, the actual, when you're adding an exercise here, it tells you the muscle group. Yeah, that's not actually being searched. So I would go here to my little like bug tracker and I would say search exercises doesn't search muscle group. Only name, it seems. Okay, so this but it seems like to work. So I was able to add my plan. And it has 1 day. I've only added 1 day, but I was able to save it and it's still here. Let's try to go to a Go plan. I mean, here it looks kind of ugly, I'm not gonna lie, but here are my recent plans. So you can do a quick workout or we can choose a plan, which is cool. I don't really seem to be able to scroll here, which is I'm trying to like drag between the recent plans. Here I can scroll my plan, but in the actual view here I can't scroll, which feels weird. So I will just say a new bug. Go tab, main view can't be scrolled even when the list is longer than the view. So that seems kind of weird. And I'll even make like a note like Go tab design is ugly. Just to note, like, I mean, we don't really want it to be like go and then start workout and it's all kind of like on top of each other. All right, so I'm just curious, like if I choose my plan, how does it work? So I've started already. I've picked my plan and it's already going. So if I add my exercise, yeah, like quick work. Oh, wait, what? Cancel. Did I press quick workout or did I press my plan? Yeah, I pressed quick workout. So my plan here, it starts with the bench press. So look at that, like it's going, my day is going. And I'll say like set one. I don't know what this is. Is this weight? Yeah, so it is like, it's kind of ugly. I'll say like, I don't know, 100 or no, what is this? Like in kilos? Let's say, what did I do? I don't remember. I'm not doing 100 kilos. Bench press 60 kgs. 60 60. It's not showing the on-screen keyboard because I'm on the simulator and I have a keyboard attached. So yeah, let's say I make 12 reps, okay? And then I rest. And then like, okay, so we could skip the rest. Now that's done, we'll do another set, 60. And another, let's say we make 10 reps. And then we do a rest, okay. So like this finish button, it's probably gonna be like, yeah, I don't necessarily wanna finish my workout. So there's like a lot of design things I could change here. But I'm just testing the functionality. Let's do the next one, 60. Let's say we make 8 reps, okay. Next exercise. So I want there are a few things I would change here, like for example, in the go option to add more sets on in the plan. Another thing, go pre-populate weight and reps based on last time the day was completed, or the plan was completed. Like just like simple quality of life things, but let's just test it out. All right, so next one, let's say we're gonna go over and do tricep dips. It's a funny picture for tricep dips. We'll ignore that for now. So here's the target, 3 sets, 8 to 12 reps. So let's just say tricep dips. I mean, right now we're just doing body, so, but let's see what happens if we don't fill this out. We need to fill this out. Let's say we do 15, and then we skip the rest. So yeah, we can add another bug here. The rest timer background is too small. Doesn't fill the screen horizontally. Just like small things. And then we can skip that. We can say reps. Let's say we do 12. And then let's say we do 10. I mean, also like the reps. This box is bigger, like the labels should be maybe outside of the box. So go weight and reps input boxes should have weight and reps labels outside the inputs. Or you know what, we don't even need the yeah, we kind of do need the thing, because when you've inputted it says reps, but before you inputted it you don't know like what it is. So yeah, we need to work on that. We'll figure that out later. So then we do the dumbbell flies. Let's say we do like what do we do? Dumbbell fly. Oh, wrong day. Here we go. 45 kgs. I think maybe this is probably what I was doing, like 20 in each hand. So we'll say 40. Oops. 40. Or we could say 20x2. Let's see if that works. 20x2 reps 12. And then we go, oh, the 20x2 didn't work. So yeah, so we'll say 40, 12, or we could say maybe did we make 10? I don't know. Can I edit this one? No. Can't, so we can add that as a, go, can't edit a set see how this goes. Deadlift. Okay, we'll do 15. We'll do 12. I didn't put the weight, but whatever, we can forget it for now. 10. Cable crossovers. Let's say 12. 12. 10. Okay, so we go through the whole plan. Dips, more dips. 15. 12. 10. Whatever, 10, 12. We have one more. 21s. I don't remember adding 21s, but I must have just I don't really remember how 21s work, but I think you're supposed to do 21 reps, right? Isn't that the whole point? All right, so now we're done. Workout complete, 7 exercises, intensity, great. I wonder how it decides that. Complete sets, duration. So this is nice. I like this little view. This is pretty cool. You can share it. Check out my workout. I didn't even ask for that. Okay, so when I finished, I'm still here. And when I'm done, I'm still here. And okay, so like here's another bug. Go. Finish doesn't take you out of the out of the plan. No, out of the workout. And there's no way to get out. Finish, and then done. Finish, and then done. Doesn't take you out of the workout. No way. No way to get out without. All right, that sounds like a pretty big bug. Let's see if anything got logged in the history. I go to history and it crashed. So, let's see. Go to history tab, app crashes. So what I'm going to do before we end this video, because you've basically seen most of the workflow. I mean, from here, it's like fine tuning, it's improving the UI, it's adding features, it's bug fixing, and all that is just kind of like back and forth, a little ping pong with the AI. But I kind of wanted to make this app work before we end the video. So for anyone who feels like they're ready to get out there and start going, you can just head out there now. I just don't like seeing the app crash and ending there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy like the debugger and the last few things, and I'm going to say I'm going to basically try to sort out these issues. Maybe not all of them, a couple of them. And get the app to a state where I can maybe actually use it for a workout. Let's see. I'm going to go over here, back to my AI. So we'll see that like I'm at 55% context. I'll try making a new one here, a new tab. And I'll say when I go to the history tab in my app, it crashes. Here's what I see in the debugger. Paste in some of this stuff, see what happens. Can't construct, so the app crashed, can't construct array with count 0. So the reason for the crash is probably because I canceled. So count 0 means I canceled. There were no workouts there were no completed sets in the workout. That's fine. I'm gonna add those previous changes here so I can see what new changes we get. You see we just got one. to see what it's actually doing, I'll close this tab. So this is kind of like my workflow. You have the AI here telling you what it's doing. You have like your Git tab showing you what's changing. You could make it a little smaller if you want. And then like the actual files looking at what changes it's making sometimes. Maybe I'll even open a simultaneous tab here because there's a few things I want to do at once, and I'll just kind of make a checklist here. I'm testing this app, and here are some bugs I've noticed that need fixing. So what I've noticed is you don't have to just say one thing at a time to the AI to like fix this one thing, fix this one thing, fix this one thing. You can actually like, it's usually good up to like maybe even like five or so things, maybe more. I've only really gone up to like 4 or 5. Often it's like between 3 and 5 things I'll tell it to do at once. So in practice, that would be like, okay, it's working on that one. So, but this one is a pretty big bug here. So I'll say, I'll just make a little thing here, and I'll say, I'll resize this and resize this so that I can have them both open at once. Okay, here are some things that need fixing. Okay, when I'm finished a workout in the Go tab, and I press finish, I see the completed workout screen, but when I close it, I'm back in the workout. It should be taken back to the plan tab. I don't know, plan tab maybe, or to the Go tab. Makes more sense. The Go tab. Currently, there is no way to close the workout except by canceling. Okay, one bug. Next bug. Let's see, which one do we want? Yeah, this one was kind of weird. The rest timer. The rest timer in the workout view has a back that's too small to cover the view. It only covers vertically, not horizontally. Okay. Yeah, this one. When I'm in the middle of a workout, it would be nice if the reps and weight could be based on what I did last time I performed this day. If history exists. Okay. Another one. Let's see. Yeah, when I'm searching for exercises while creating a plan, the exercise search only searches the name, but it should also search the muscle group. Yeah, Okay, let's try one more. Okay, the weight and reps input boxes, yeah, they look weird that they're different sizes. So the weight and reps input boxes when doing a workout look for different sizes. And we put the weight and reps labels outside input boxes to make it and make the inputs the same size. Let's just try some of these. Let's see what happens. Here's a lot of things. Here is my crash fix. Here's some user interface details. It's not that important. Just some files from VS Code. And over here you can see it's fixed the crash. Hopefully, but let's try it and see. But let's let it do this. So generally I don't build Xcode builds while the AI is generating changes, because any changes that you make to these files are immediately going to be affecting over here. So we don't want the build to fail because files are like in progress. So it's actually already fixed. You know, it took me what, 5 minutes to write out all those bugs that I wanted to fix, and then it took 48 seconds, and it's supposedly fixed them all. So that's pretty cool. Let's see what it's done. Or oh, maybe this was just a plan. Oh, it's exploring. Is it done? What is it doing? I'm going to close this on here so I get a bigger view here. Sub-agent session. Oh, it spun off a sub-agent to do this. Okay. It's made like a plan. Okay, Control plus X up. What? Okay, let's try this. Control plus X up. Control plus X. Oh, okay. It's building. I don't know how I got into a sub-agent. That was weird. But yeah, sub-agents are just like when, because this AI that I'm talking to right now, this is an agent. So this is a build agent. And a sub-agent is when an AI agent spins up another AI agent to do a task for it. So it's basically like it's becoming a project manager in a way, sending tasks down to other agents. So kind of interesting. It's sort of a new, relatively new feature, but it's pretty cool. I'm not sure how I got into the sub-agent view, but yeah, we're back into the parent view. So you can see it's still working on fixing our issues. And we can see some changes that it's made here to the active workout view and the rest timer view. Now, I mean, like, you might be thinking like this, while this is going, you might be thinking, you know, like, this app, like, it's not anything beautiful. It's not anything, like, is this really better than just using a notepad? Is it better than just doing this? Like, this is pretty easy. This is maybe even more complicated. But the thing is, like, this is just the starting point. This isn't really, I mean, the goal of this video isn't to show you, like, how to make like a beautiful finished product, but you can make beautiful finished products going through these steps. But this is just to show you that, like, in an hour or so, even less, like if you know what you're doing, you could do everything that we've done in this session in like 10 minutes. but like in an hour or so, you can go from like zero, having nothing installed on your computer, to having an app that basically like does what you need in like an hour or two. And this is only going to get better. I mean, right now this is a free tool that I'm showing you. So if I had done this with Claude, maybe I should do another video where I show you with Claude Code, like doing the exact same thing, because it will be like much faster and it will probably look way better. But it's just like the fact that like I can make this app in a few minutes, and I haven't really done anything very technical. I would say the most technical thing was just setting up Git and all that, and you don't really need to do it. Of course, I highly recommend it, but like if you're just doing this for yourself and you're just testing the waters, you don't need to do it to get started. And then we have an app. So while I was talking, it's like fixed those bugs and it's fixed my crash. Let's try to build it again and see. So it's asking me if I want to replace the currently running one on my simulator. And of course I do, because that one is now old and we have a newer, better version. So first, let's see, history works, yeah. We don't have any workouts recorded because we had to cancel it. I forgot to ask it to fix the scrolling on here. I'll just ask it to do that because that was annoying me. And we can have it, it can fix it in the background while we're testing. So yeah, I'll just go back here and I'll say one more bug. The main view of the Go tab can't be scrolled even when the content is larger than the view. Let's make it scrollable. Also, in this view, the Go title of the tab is incorrectly inside the start workout box. We need the box, the workout box, to be under the title. So that should take this title here and put it outside like you have here. Now it's like separate. So we don't want this box to be inside of here. Although honestly, like we don't need it to say go at all. It can just say start workout. That sometimes, you know, you just, let's see. Also in this view, let's go back here. Also in this view, is incorrectly inside of the workout box. We don't really need the Go title at all. I'll say let's remove the Go title header entirely. It can just say start workout as it does already. That will look a lot better if we just remove Go and it just says start workout here. Choose from plan, recent plans. Yeah. Do we even need, like here it's like recent plans and choose from plan. Like why do we need, yeah, it's fine. I'll have it fix those while we are looking at the newest build. What else do we have going on here? So history works. I will just do a quick plan here. Let's try one of these. And add first exercise. I don't understand this. I think I've messed something up. Choose, okay, so I want to start a workout, and I choose a workout, and I choose a day, a pre-populated plan, and here's full body A. But now it has, I think there is some bug here. Let me try this again. Okay, I quit the app and I'm going to start it again. I think, I didn't fully quit it. Hang on. I think there's a bug that when I access it the first time, it doesn't populate for some reason. It's not fully quitting. Let's try. I'm going to choose a plan. I'm going to choose a plan and it's empty. But if I end, cancel, and then I choose the same plan, it's not empty. Yep, there's a big bug. So I'll go over here and add that. But well, yeah, it's still working on fixing my previous bugs. I'll just add this bug. When you start a workout for the first time, it has no exercises in it. But if I cancel the workout and start the exact same plan again, it is fully populated. For some reason, it's not populating correctly the first time it's opened. Okay. Oh, maybe this is done. Yeah, done. Remove the header and made it scrollable. See how easy that was? Let's fix this one while we're at it. Okay. So the weight and the reps, I mean, yeah, so you can see that the labels are outside, which is nice, but the boxes are still different sizes, so that's a bug still, but let's just get through it. We'll just check them off. We can check them off without inputting anything, that's fine. I'll input some things just quickly. And then I'll just finish early. I'll just say, yeah, we want to finish early. Sets completed. Okay, great, done. Now what happens? Look at that, I'm back. Now this still is not fixed because we haven't built the new build yet after the changes here. And now we go to the history and we have like a little prick on the date and we can see workouts on this day, and here they are. We can also see our recent workouts, which is nice. I can't click on these though. It looks like I should be able to click on them to get details. And I can't click on this. So, but I can click on other days. So yeah, I can click on this, but I can't click on the actual workout, either in recent workouts or on the workout. So I'll add another fix here. I'll say in the history view, I can't click on or tap, whatever, tap on a completed workout to view its details. I want to be able to do this. Go. So you see, like now I'm just doing like one-off things, fixes here and there. I could collect some more, like I mentioned before, and send them all together, and that works pretty fast. But you can also just spit out one-off ones. And you see, like, we're still at kind of low context, so I'm just spamming like these small bug fixes into the same chat. But if I was going to do any like big thing, like a full UI overhaul, for example, I would start a new chat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this finish its bug fixing, and I'm going to do a quick test that this like scrolling is working and that this looks better. And then I'm going to do one last prompt before we end this whole session. Sorry that this turned out so long, but I hope that it's been helpful and that you can see just how quickly and easily you can get started building your own apps. And the key is getting started. Like, this is just how to get started. Maybe I'll do some more videos later about more different in-depth things, different workflows, and maybe some different things you can do with the AI besides building iOS apps. But I feel like, you know, like a lot of people, they push you towards these things like Replit and Lovable, that they get you these web apps that are not actual native apps. And people think that making native apps is difficult, but honestly, it's just as simple as making web apps, often a lot more simple, because you don't have all these different complicated moving parts. Like this app that we're building here, it doesn't need a backend, it doesn't need like a user login system. Like, all the data we're just storing locally. If I delete the app, the data gets deleted as well. Like, we don't have a database, we don't have like, it's all just local. So it's a really simple app, but it's just the start of something. You can make complicated apps. You can make apps with logins, and maybe I'll do some videos about that later. But the thing is, like, this hasn't cost me anything. This is $0. I've paid nothing for this. All these tools that I've showed you are free. Xcode is free. VS Code is free. OpenCode is free. This model that I'm using, Kimi 2.5, currently it's free. I've paid nothing, and I got this app. You can also do that, which is great. And now our bugs are fixed. Let's rebuild. The build failed. You can see it's like added some stupid extra brackets or something like that. It's made some errors. Like, I'll just quickly say the build failed, and then I'll just toss in these lines, fix this build. Yeah, as I mentioned, like, yeah, the free model, it is a little bit more yeah, you're gonna have a few more errors like this, build errors and that kind of thing, but honestly it's performing like really good. Like, it's performing like state of the art like 3 months ago. So I'm impressed. Honestly, I'm impressed. For a free model, this is ridiculously good. And even when it's not free, I think it'll still be worth what they charge, because I think it's priced significantly lower than the competition. You can see it's actually working through the error, and it tried to come up with a fix and it wasn't actually correct. So now it's saying, I need to look at this more carefully, which is kind of funny. So like it's actually thinking, like this is a thinking type model, and you can see it's actually thinking, which is kind of funny. And it's not like thinking like a human thinks, but it's thinking in a way that it uses its own, like, you know, how AI basically just guesses the next best word. It uses that to go through a whole plan, and then thinks, and then analyzes it and sees, is this actually a good approach? So this is great. Previously, like maybe a year ago, like it would just spit something out and then it would be wrong, and all this thinking stuff, like it wouldn't actually be able to solve it itself. But now I feel confident that it's fixed those errors. Maybe it's created a new one. Maybe I spoke too soon. But here we go. We have one more error in the build. Let's fix this one too. Build still fails. Here's a new error. You can see I have all these changes. Now, like, this is kind of a, I mean, because the app is like at such an early stage, like I'm letting a lot of these changes go push to Git, just because like I'm not afraid of breaking anything. But once you have the app in a good working state, what am I trying to say? Once you have the app in a nice working state, you want to be pushing every time you fix something or add a new feature and you test that it works, push it to Git. Because then if you break something, all the breaking changes will be in your changes here. And then you can look at what's changed and have the AI look at the Git diff to see what's broken, and it's much easier to fix. For me, for now, because nothing was really working fully, I haven't pushed it all, but you know what? I will push all this stuff. App is nearly functional as MVP, so like a minimum product. Let's see. Okay, so now we've pushed those changes. Let's see if it builds. Hey, it succeeds. Look at that. Great. So some things that we fixed. We got rid of that stupid extra Go title there. That's much better. This can now be scrolled. And the history. Hey, we can now view our workout details. This is perfect. Honestly, like, the app is basically at the point of where I wanted it, to be honest. Like, some things I think that I'll work to improve before I use it would be like the actual the actual way of doing this. Like you'll see this is still a bug. I need to fix that. So I'll put this in here. I don't know if it actually fixed that. I don't remember if I tried to have it fix this or not, but I'll do this. Yeah, I'll see if we can fix that. Yeah, previous fix didn't work, so it still didn't work for some reason. So we'll have it try to fix it again. I don't know what's going on with that. I pick a workout and now it's working, so I don't know. But the other thing is like, yeah, besides that one bug and maybe like some UI changes, I would say it's like entirely doable. I could use this. I could use this tomorrow if I go to the gym tomorrow. It's not like beautiful necessarily, and like it doesn't have the best UI, but just like the fact that I have this history and I can see what I did like yesterday or whatever, this is already like better than what I was doing before with like this. Because here, like I wasn't logging anything, and you could say like, yeah, just get a journal, like whatever. But it's nice to just have it in the phone. I don't have to carry anything around. And I mean, this is like totally functioning, and it's given me ideas for different workout plans that I hadn't even thought of before. Like this alone is like pretty nice. Like just this plan view, I like it. And if I wanted to, like I could go on and build this out into like a much more usable app, something that I might want to share with other people. But again, like this is something that I built for nothing, for free, because I didn't want to pay for like some dumb like monthly subscription workout app, and I didn't want to just do like a basic like checklist in my notes app. Like this is just like something that I could do that's like better. It's not perfect, but it's pretty great. Honestly, like this is pretty nice, and I can add in new exercises. This is cool. I mean, we have an app. I could download this onto my phone now, and I could use it. Like we don't have, I haven't gone through every step. Like it doesn't have an icon. You could add an icon. If you go in here to the assets here, you could just drag in like an image here and make an icon. If I want to put it on my phone, all I have to do is connect my phone with like a cable or be on the same Wi-Fi with my phone and just like pick it out. It will appear in here. I think you first have to connect it with like the USB, and then it will appear as a destination, and then you can literally just build it on your phone and you have it. You don't need to like create a developer account with Apple. You only need that if you want to put it into the App Store. But if you just want to put it on your phone locally, you don't need that. Yeah, so that is the app. And I hope that you learned something, and I hope this was worthwhile. I'm gonna do more videos, I promise. I'm really enjoying this stuff. I'm really having fun, and I'm honestly like blown away by what you can do. I'm gonna stop talking. Have a wonderful day. Go make some awesome stuff. Tell me in the comments what you made. Talk to you later. Bye bye.